This presentation is about the transition between Organum to motets. That transition happens between about the 12th century and 14th century in France. So let me talk briefly about just what Organum is. Organum is just harmonized plain chant. Plain chant coming from the 4th century, developed in singing schools, started by Pope Sylvester. For about 400 years it developed until finally in the 8th century we have Organum. Organum is just polyphony technically. Although not our version of polyphony, it's just the technical version. It's not something that we're really used to, something much different. Take a listen. Yeah, so much different. However, there's some important things that come out of this. We have some oblique movement, which means that one voice stays the same, another one moves, parallel, where they move together, and then contrary, where they move in contrast. Okay, so there's some important things to note here. When we're looking at this piece, we can actually just see some contrary movement here. These guys going in, yeah, and then over here some more contrary, like that. Here we have some parallel motion with these fourths kind of moving here. And then right here actually is our oblique, okay? So we have that guy staying the same, and then this guy moving. This can actually also be compared to florid, which is important. Florid is going to come back later when we talk about motets and parts moving and one part staying the same in the tenor line. And then we also have discant, which we have evidenced over there. Pretty soon everyone was doing it. And then after a while in Notre Dame in Paris, a man named Leonin started a school, a singing school here. He kept moving on the florid, so the one voice moving, one voice staying the same, and then discant. Organum. He had a student named Perotin. Perotin was a really big deal. He was the one that actually ended up creating 3-part and 4-part organum, so organum triplum and organum quadruplum. It was actually pretty cool. It was a pretty punk rock move, not gonna lie. It's not crazy punk rock. It's not like G.G. Allin, because we're all posers in G.G. Allin's eyes. But anyway, pretty cool stuff nonetheless. Let's go and take a listen to some work by Perotin. So really good stuff. Anyway, there's something that I just wanted to point out really quickly here. There's this book called the Magnus Liber Organi, written in the 13th century. It was first written by Leonin and then edited by Perotin. It's just basically a really cool book of like 900 pages filled with all of their work. Really cool stuff. I definitely suggest checking out. Leather bound, all that stuff. But anyway, so now at this point, some French composers, because they were in France, were taking these organums, and they were taking melodies from the plain chant and then writing their own words to them, which is really cool. It's actually where mot and motet comes from, as word. They would have the plain chant in the tenor line and then write clausula in other voices, which is very good. Turned out great. Some of them were still really silly because the rhythms in these were not great. I'm not going to play them out here, but if you notice these guys where we're taking these similar rhythms and then going here, and a little bit difference here, not much, but then there's some parallel movement. Not really great. Anyway, some of them were kind of good, but whatever. But eventually they got the hang of it. Here's a piece by Jacques Skin.